Hello, good morning, it's me, your plant mommy. Okay, listen, this just took me like forever to fill up. I just filled up this entire thing. So thanks for not helping me. I did that all by myself, no thanks to you. Now we're gonna put liquider in it. That's the fertilizer we use. Is my concentrate. Technically, it's not really my concentrate. This is technically the mix, but other people's mixes look a lot lighter than mine, so I call this my concentrate. And then it's gonna go in here, and I just eyeball it, which is probably not the best thing to do, but you know, my plants grow so fast, so I don't really care. I just put like a lot in there. Anyways, this is what I use to water my paludariums and any of my terrariums. I used to use it to water my other plants, but then I realized that one pump of this, like pumping that thing all the way down and then spraying it, only equates to just a little over a cup and a half. So I only use this for misting plants now. So let's do it. We're gonna mist this entire thing deeply, okay? Like deeply. Oh my god, it's so heavy. I only have to fill this thing up like once every few months. Well, maybe like once every 2 months. So like, it is so heavy. So I wanted to show you guys how I water this. I decided to edit the section a little bit longer than normal so you could see my actual process. When I water my cabinets, both of them, I start watering from the top down and I work my way towards the bottom. I want to make sure that I am getting every single last piece of moss super duper wet because I only end up needing to water these about once every 3 weeks. Occasionally I'll re-wet the top section, but the plants on the bottom, this is my first time actually like re-watering them since I watered them last month. I'm gonna work my way into the root ball of every single plant to make sure that every single one gets a nice amount of water. When the moss gets re-moistened, it's easier for it to grow back in greener and greener every time. My moss wall has gotten way greener than it was when I first started. Also, it helps the plants grow their aerial roots deeper into the moss. And additionally, because obviously gravity exists, the water's constantly being pulled down to the bottom of the wall instead of at the top. So I find that I do have to keep the top of the paludarium more wet than I do the bottom. I'm also wanting to make sure that I'm not overwatering any one specific area. I only ever water the base of the paludarium when the moss is visibly dry, white, and kind of crunchy. So for anyone who had any questions about how I actually cared for the paludariums, I hope that answers any questions you might have had. I finally remembered to move my Begonia promethea, and this is a plant I've been wanting to move for a while and I just keep forgetting to do it. So I actually stopped in the middle of watering my paludariums in order to move this. However, my other paludarium, there wasn't enough space in it, and so I was like, what's the only thing I really have available? So I decided, okay, it's time that I replant this cute little bowl that I thrifted for $3, by the way. And me and my mod and friend Silver both have the same bowl, and it's great because we're like twins. After I did all that stuff, I decided I wanted to trim my ripsalis. A couple people were like, Ashley, your ripsalis is getting pretty big in there. Are you going to cut it back? And I was like, yes, just give me a little bit of time, okay? So I ended up cutting it, and then I went in with tweezers to grab some of the little babies out and put them in the new terrarium that I'm planting. I had to be really careful to not poke myself on the cactus because that little white cactus that's in there is super duper unfriendly. The other cool thing about Ripsalis is you can grow them from pretty much any piece of Ripsalis that you have. So I was just going in there with my tweezers, pulling them out and sticking them in that terrarium. The other thing I realized I wanted to do was cut off the dead ends from my Hoya Mathilde. What you guys might notice sometimes is that when Hoya aren't getting enough water, if you're not keeping up to date on them or you're burning them, the edges and the ends of the stems will actually kind of harden, get crunchy, and just wither away. So I make sure to always cut those off so that the plant knows, hey, I can keep growing now because I've been wounded. So now I'm gonna put out more stems, put out more leaves. I think it looked way better when I was done with it, and I had to make sure I wasn't cutting off any peduncles because this one does have peduncles. So I took a couple cuttings and I moved some stuff around. I decided to move my Macetes Sanderiana and my Begonia Promethea into this because I feel like they're not getting enough humidity in this one. This is honestly a more low humidity situation. That's why a lot of my more lower humidity, lower water plants are thriving in there. I thought about moving it into my other paludarium, but then I was like, it's too big. And I was like, well, this is empty right now, so I could go ahead and try to make a new terrarium. I put my Begonia Promethea in here and a cutting of my Mathilde and also some Ripsalis cuttings. I decided to cut my Ripsalis that was in the orb because it's just getting really long. And I wasn't actually going to cut it, but then a lot of people were like, hey, we're kind of thinking maybe you're gonna cut that. Are you gonna cut that? And I was like, you know what? I think I am gonna cut that. This little fun thing, and that kind of reminded me that this weekend I'm actually going to a plant swap. And so I thought we could go around and take some cuttings of a couple different plants for the swap and kind of like get them all ready and stuff. Also, I need to repot my Monaloa. I don't know what's wrong, but it is really unhappy. So we're gonna repot that. It's gonna kind of chill. Oh, I also trimmed off the dead ends off of my Mathilde so that it can focus more on like growing for me. Yeah, also, I'm gonna show you my sweet potato vines. They're growing really, really fast right now, and I'm excited to show them to you. Before we take cuttings though, I am gonna water down my other paludarium because I kind of got sidetracked with like moving things because I've been looking at moving the Promethea for a while, but then I just get sidetracked and I forget to do it. So I just wanted to make sure like I did it while I was thinking about it, you know? I love plant swaps and stuff. I'm really excited to take some cuttings for it. I'm not quite sure what cuttings I'm gonna take yet because I just really like to cut stuff and give it to people. I will like cut plants that I've been growing for a really long time just at the like excitement of the thought of like, oh my gosh, like I get to give somebody this plant and they're gonna get excited. So I need to like definitely exercise some self-control, but I do want to cut some fun stuff, like some decently fun stuff, you know? Okay, so I was thinking I would take a cutting, like my cute, I don't know, let's just go through it together, you guys. I don't want to talk about it, let's just do it. Less talk, more doing. Home Depot.
You are on one.
I'm just hungry. So we'll take a cutting of this guy. This part like stopped growing, so I think we'll just take like, we'll take it like here. Got a little Hoya acuta. I think let's take a couple small cuttings. I don't want to cut this guy. I got him big for a reason, but there are a few smaller spots here. So let's take a couple. We'll take that one. And actually we'll take this one. Okay. And then I might cut them into smaller cuttings. And then just like pot them up individually, but we'll see. But for now, I have taken these. Let's take some of my variegated string of hearts. He's getting all tangled up in my jasmine. I've been trying to grow him out like thicker and thicker, and you can see kind of right here, it starts dwindling. So we'll probably cut like right there. And now we have this. Let's do a cutting of my Hoya Pubicalyx Splash. We'll take a nice one too, like a really variegated one. Let's do this one right here. I think that's good. That's really pretty. I don't really like bringing anything too high stakes to trades because it's really awkward trying to like trade with people who don't want to trade you something that's like worth an equal value. So I try to bring like medium value stuff to trades so that way it's not awkward. I might bring one special thing though. I'm just not sure. I could do a cutting of my, I need to put this away. I have a hard time cutting this one because I got the plant from my mom and my mom never cuts her plants, but I just like, it's getting so big and taking up a lot of space. And the Magnificum leaf is gonna come in soon. Just got a new leaf. There, so take that. Oh, that's a nice root. I'll cut the mame I have right here too. I just think that, I just love to trade, you guys. And look at how well rooted that is. Like, that's so good. I get scissor happy for trades, you guys. I'm sorry. I might cut the Burley Marks Fantasy only because I have 4 leaves already, and if I cut the top one, that would be a really fun trade to bring. I think someone would really like to get that. And then on top of that, like, it would grow in nicely again. I have considered cutting this into individual little fragments and then like growing in a ton of them all over. Benji did that, but I'm not sure if I want to do that. I'll just take a top cutting of this. Sorry, Dana, but I'm gonna spread the love. Or maybe what I'll do is I'll actually keep the top cutting and I'll cut right here. And I will take this mid-cut. That'll be better because I really like this current one. And now I have 2! Okay, that works really well. Okay, cool. Oh wait, I wanted to do a Sarawak as well. Excuse me, I'm busy. Nice! A little Sarawak. I actually also might cut this shake. I got this shake in a trade for an Ilsamania I did, but it's not like, I am gonna cut this. Okay, we are gonna cut this into a couple different pieces and I'm gonna grow it back in. Presently, it's not very variegated and it just put out its second non-variegated leaf in a row. So I might remove the green leaves. Oh my gosh, it's an isopod. I was worried you guys were all dead. Let's put you back in there. Oh yeah, okay. I was worried they were all dead, you guys. They're not dead. Okay, we'll take a cutting. Got 2 variegated leaves in a row. So we're gonna just very carefully cut, kind of at an angle. Bam, all right, there's one. And that's probably gonna be the plant we keep. It's actually already coming in through an axillary bud. So, okay, cool. So we have 2 buds. I'm gonna cut here, like this. Because we have a bud on this, so we can grow one back from this. This cutting has a bud in there and 2 nodes. This is how I cut my Ilsamania, by the way. We got a green leaf. I'm gonna remove that. We wanna maximize the variegation here. Like that. And then we have this top cut right here. I'll take one of these probably to the trade, and then I'll keep the top cutting. I'm gonna keep this base, keep the node above the moss because we do not want the node to rot. We just need the roots in there. These dudes are gonna dry. This needs to be so pretty. I think that that'll be good. We'll take we'll take this one to the trade, I think. This one right here, because it's the prettiest one, so it's possible there's something there that I could trade this for that would be good. All right, I'd say that that's pretty solid. Okay, so here's our cup, our little cuppies. And here's our other friends. So hopefully we have enough. If we don't, then I'll have to put something back. And we got this moss. And we got this liquider. I grew all my plants in liquider. At liquider.com, make sure you use code to get 25% of your entire purchase. Okay, so how many do we have? Let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my God, is it perfect? We did it perfectly. I'm pretty minimal with moss when I'm using it for props. I really want it to be really light and airy. Nice. Squish it around. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I was gonna go empty-handed to this, but now you guys, we're in business. Begonia species, Sarawak. And I'm also gonna cover each and every one of these cups that's small like this with saran wrap so it stays like nice. Let's put in our Acuta. GG, Acuta, done. Okay, if you went to a trade and I had this selection, you guys would be so happy, right? Like you'd be so excited. Nice liquider ball of moss. Make a little hole in there. Let's do this Hoya next. Little Hoya. So cute. Okay, how should I do this? In this case, wrap the moss around the Hoya and then curve it in the cup. That's good. Next one. Don't forget to take your meds today if you forgot to take your meds, and also drink water. Nice. Got this one. Done. Donezo, dude. Just do like a nice light layer of moss. Wrap it up around the top. Go ahead and remember, we're gonna be putting like saran wrap on top of everything. I'm gonna make a couple cuts so that it's like the butterfly method a little bit. Barely. Just a little bit. Okay. Roots. Okay. Wrap the boy in moss. The boy is good now. Our man is dried enough. Here's the man. Okay, we're gonna stick him in here, and then we're gonna like very gently maneuver the moss so that the man is held in place, but we don't want to suffocate the node. So we're just gonna make sure it's just like nice and light and airy in there. Oh my god. Okay. I need a Sharpie. Do you guys think I own a Sharpie? Do you know where my Sharpie is? I lost it. There's also, this guy does have an aerial root, so I'm not just like raw dogging him in this moss, you know? Very nice. Okay, I decided to separate this one from the green one. I know we're kind of going crazy right now, but I'm gonna plant this in my thing right there, okay? And I'm going to, this is so hard. I am an indecisive little, okay? I'm gonna bring this one to the trade. I need to let it dry before I can pot it up though. This one, I think I'm gonna trade to a gal who reached out to me on Instagram. It has quite a few nodes. It actually has 2 nodes here, so they could cut it again into a second one if they wanted to. All right, and then that will slowly soak up. All right, and then this guy, once he's dry enough, we'll go there and we'll bring him. And then this one, I'm gonna pop back in here. I don't like to trade plants I just got, I just got this one. It'll be a fun experiment. We got the node, and you know what, like if I don't find a trade that I think is good enough at the place for these, I'm not gonna trade because I'm bringing them for fun if there's something I feel like is good. I'm only going for the first hour too. There's like a second part of the trade thing where it's like a white elephant, and I just don't want to leave up like what I'm bringing home to chance because I'm not someone who just likes anything. Okay, I washed my hands. Here are all the lads that we're gonna bring to the trade. We got Hoya Cuta, Begonia Sarawak. We got a Hoya Pubic Calyx Super Splash, 2 Hoya Matildes, a little thing of Variegated String of Hearts, a little Mame Top Cut, a shake, another shake, Burley Marks Fantasy, and then a Jerry Horn. So the last thing I wanted to do today was give you guys a quick update on my sweet potato vine. This one is like chilling, you know? This one, he's like just kind of working on himself, but look at these other two, okay? I have literally given these plants the same exact situation as the other one, but these ones are like going wild. Like they are vast. And even the one back there is like growing up. And he's like stuck under there, so let's get him out. But like, look at that. I don't know what's wrong with my other ones. And these ones sprouted after the first one I showed you, but they cute. Also, look at this Brazil leaf. So good. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and tweet me at PlayMeAshley. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and my second YouTube channel, youtube.com/streammeashley. Also, join the YouTube channel memberships. They are super duper fun. It's only $5 a month. Highly recommend. And don't forget to check out Liquid Earth. At Liquid Earth's website, you can use code PlayMe_25 for 25% off your entire order. Other than that, I'll have to see you guys in the next houseplant section. Goodbye.
Thank you so much for all the extra channel support to Lauren Alexandra, Kim Klinowski, and Botanicas.